Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's concluding reading from Damodara by His Holiness Bhakti Purusottama Swami. Damodara, the Kartik Vrata. We are going to read from the third section and the last of the reading of this Kartik month. Then we'll hopefully read something else next time. Today we're going to read Sri Damodarashtak with commentary by Srila Sanatan Goswami. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhate girim yat kripa tamham vande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Manam Yashoda Bhiyo Luk Khalad Dhavamanam Paramrishta Matyanta Todutya Gopya. This is the first verse. Namami is I offer my respectful obeisances. Ishwaram to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sachidananda Rupam, whose form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. Lasat Kundalam with glistening earrings. Gokule in Gokul. Brajamanam splendidly manifested. Yashoda by Yashoda. Bhiya with fear. Ulukhalat from the wooden mortar. Dhavamanam fleeing. Para greatly. Amrishtam caught. Atyantaha greatly. Drutya quickly. Gopya by the gopi. The translation goes like this. I offer my humble obeisances to the Supreme Controller, who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose earrings glisten, who manifested himself in Gokul, who ran from the wooden mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda but was ultimately caught. Now the commentary by Srila Sanatan Goswami. Offering my respectful obeisances to Sri Sri Radha Damodar, I will now comment on the Damodarashtak. In the beginning of this prayer, the author offers his respectful obeisances as he describes with feelings of devotion the great treasure rather, that is the form of Supreme Personality of Godhead, which was manifested in Gokul and which is glorious with the most excellent handsomeness, pastimes, virtues and other qualities. What is the Supreme Personality of Godhead like? He is Ishvara, which means all-powerful, the Master of the universes or my Master. His form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. He is handsome and attractive. The gopis describe his handsomeness in these words. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 29th chapter, 40th verse. Trailokya Swabhagam idam cha nirikashya rupam yadgo dvijadruma mrigaha pulakani abhibran. O Krishna, even the cows, birds, trees and deers become stunned in ecstasy when they gaze at your form, the most handsome in all of the three worlds. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2.12 again explains, Vishamapanam swasya cha sobha gardheha param padam bhushanangam. The Lord appeared in this mortal world by his internal potency Yogamaya. He came in his material form, which is just suitable for his pastimes. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opulence, including the Lord himself as the Lord of Vaikuntha. Thus his, that is Sri Krishna's transcendental body, is the ornament of all ornaments. Lord Krishna's all-attractive form was splendidly manifest in Gokul, where many cows, gopas and gopis lived. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.3.2.14 explains, Chakash gopi parishad gato architas Trailokya Lakshmi Eka Padam Vapur Dadhat. Worshipped by the gopis, Lord Krishna's transcendental form, the only home of all glory and handsomeness in the three worlds, was splendidly manifest. The specific pastime described in this verse of Damodarashtaka, where Lord Krishna broke the yogurt pot and fled in fear of Mother Yashoda, is described in these words of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is from 10th canto, 9th chapter, verses 8 and 9. Ulakhalangherer upari vyavasthitam marakaya kamam daditam shichi sthitam hayangavam chaurya Vishankite kshanam nirikshaya paschat sutam agamach shanai. Krishna at that time was sitting on an upside-down wooden mortar for grinding spices and was distributing milk preparations such as yogurt and butter to the monkeys as he liked. Because of having stolen, he was looking all around with great anxiety, suspecting that he might be chastised by his mother. Mother Yashoda, upon seeing him, very cautiously approached him from behind. Tam at yashtim parasmikshya satvaras tato avaru hyas pasar bhitvat gopi anadvan nayam ap yoginam kshamam praveshtum tapaseritam manaham. When Lord Krishna saw his mother's stick in his hand, he very quickly got down from the top of the mortar and began to flee as if he was very much afraid. Although yogis tried to capture him as Paramatma by meditation, desiring to enter into the effulgence of the Lord with great austerities and penances, they failed to reach him. But Mother Yashoda, thinking that same Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna to be her son, began following Krishna to catch him. Then Mother Yashoda chased Lord Krishna and caught him from behind. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9.10 explains, Avanchamana janani brihat chalach shroni bhara kranta gati sumadhyama javena vishramshita kesha bandhana chitta parasu anugati param shat. While following Krishna, Mother Yashoda, her thin waist was overburdened by heavy breasts, naturally had to reduce her speed. Because of following Krishna very swiftly, her hair became loose and the flowers in her hair were falling after her. Yet she did not fail to capture her son Krishna. Rudantam muhur netra yugmam rijantam karam bhoja yugmena satanka netram muhu swasa kampa trirekhanka kantha stita graiva damodaram bhakti baddham. This is the second verse of the Damodara Ashtak. The Rudantam is crying muhu again and again, netra yugmam, two eyes, vijantam, rubbing, karam bhoja yugmena, with two lotus hands, sa with atanka means fear, netram eyes, muhu again and again, shwasa breathing, kampa trembling, three, rekha lines, anka marked, kanthas neck, stita situated, graiva necklaces, Damodaram Lord Krishna, bhakti with devotion, baddham bound, who cried and rubbed his frightened eyes again and again with his two lotus hands, whose necklace was on his three-lined neck, trembled as he breathed again and again, whose waist was surrounded by rope, and who was finally bound by love. Now the commentary by Srila Sanatana Goswami, on this second verse is like this. This pastime is described in the following words of Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9.11. Krita gasam tam prarudantam akshini kashantam anjan mashini swapanina udvikshamanam bhay vihalekshanam haste grihitva bhishanti avagurat. When caught by Mother Yashoda, Krishna became more and more afraid, and admitting to being an offender as she looked upon him, she saw that he was crying, his tears mixing with the black ointment around his eyes, and as he rubbed his eyes with his hands, he smeared the ointment all over his face. Mother Yashoda, catching her beautiful son by the hand, mildly began to chastise him. Mother Yashoda then bound him with the rope. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9.14 explains, Gopi lulukhe damna babandha prakritim yatha. Mother Yashoda, considering Krishna her own ordinary child, bound him to the wooden mortar with a rope. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9.18-21 continues, Swa matuhu swina gatraya visrata kabara srijaha drishtva parishramam krishnaha kripyasit swa bandhane. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. Evam sandashita hi anga harina bhritya vashayata swa vashenapi krishnena yasyedam sheshavaram vashe. O Maharaj Parikshit, this entire universe with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Brahma and Indra is under the control of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in his pastime. Nemam virincho nabhavo na sharir api anga samshraya prasadam lebhire gopi yat tat prap vimuktidat. Neither Lord Brahma nor Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead the deliverer from this material world. Such mercy is received by Mother Yashoda. Nayam sukhapo bhagwan dehinam gopika sutah jnaninam chatma bhutanam yatha bhakti matam iha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving activities, but he is not easily accessible to mental speculators, to those for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider this body the same as the self. Now the third verse, Itidrik swalilabhir ananda kunde swagosham nimajantam akhyapayantam tadiyeshitagyeshu bhaktijitatvam punah prematastam shratavadi vande. Itidrik, like this swa own lilabhi with pastimes ananda of bliss, kunde in a lake, swa own gosham cowherd village, nimajantam plunging, akhyapayantam declaring, tadiya on Ishita supremacy, Gyaneshu among they who know, Bhakti by the devotees, Jitatvam the state of being defeated, Putana again and again, Premataha out of love, Tam to him, Shata 100, Avriti repetitions. One day I offer my respectful obeisances. 100 times I bow down to you before you, Lord Krishna, who with pastimes like these plunges his own cowherd village of Vraja in pools of ecstasy, and who declares to they who know him only by Supreme Personality and Controller, I am conquered by my loving devotees. That Lord Krishna is controlled by the love of his devotees as described in the following words of Srimad Bhagavatam 10.11.7 to 8. Gopi bhi stobhito anrityad Bhagwan Bharavat Kvachit Udgayati Kvachin Mugdas Tadvasho Daru Yantravat. The gopis would say, if you dance, my dear Krishna, then I shall give you half a sweetmeat. By saying these words or by clapping the hands, all the gopis encouraged Krishna in different ways. At such times, although he was a supremely powerful personality of Godhead, he would smile and dance according to their desire as if he were a wooden doll in their hands. Sometimes he would sing very loudly at their bidding. In this way, Krishna came completely under the control of the gopis. Vibhrati kvachid ajnapatah pitha konmana padukam bahu kshepam chakurte swanam chap. Sometimes Yashoda and the gopis' friends would tell Krishna, bring this article or bring that article. Sometimes they would order him to bring a wooden plank, wooden shoes, wooden measuring pots, and Krishna, which was then thus ordered by the mothers, would try to be bringing them. Sometimes, however, as if unable to raise these things, he would teach them, would touch them and stand there just to invite the pleasure of his relatives. He would strike his body with his arm to show that he had sufficient rest. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.11.9 says, Tad vidam loka atmano nritya vashyatam. To pure devotees throughout the world who would understand his activities. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, exhibits how much he can be subdued by his devotees, his servants. Varam deva moksham na moksham vadimva na chanyam vrineham varisharabihat idante babunatha gopal balam sadame manasya vidashtamiki manye. This is the fourth verse now. Varam is benediction, Deva is O Lord, moksham liberation, na not moksha liberation, avadhim highest limit, va or na not cha and anyam mother. Avadhim highest limit, va or na not cha and anyam other thing, Brine choose, aham I, Vara of benedictions, Ishat from the master, Api even, Iha here, Idam this, they of you, Vapu the form, Nath O master, Gopala Baram a cowherd boy, Sada always he, me of Manasi in the mind, Avishatam may be manifested, Kim what's the use, Anay of other things. O Lord, I do not ask for liberation, sometimes better than liberation or any other thing. O Lord, all I ask is from you is the master of blessings, is that your form is as a cowherd boy always be manifested in my heart. What need have I for any other blessings? Commentary by Srila Sanatana Goswami. This thing better than liberation here, residence in Vaikuntha Lila, Vaikuntha Loka. Better than impersonal liberation is residence in Vaikuntha Loka, and better in residence than in Mathura Vaikuntha Loka is pure devotional service, which begins with hearing the glories of Lord Krishna and thus protecting better residence than Vaikuntha Loka, and describing in the following words of Srimad Bhagavatam 3.15 and 49. O Lord, we pray that you let us be born in any English but just as long as your hearts and minds are always engaged in the service of the lotus feet. Our words are made beautiful by speaking of your activities, just as tulsi leaves are beautiful when offered unto your lotus feet. Your lotus feet, as long as your ears are always filled with the climbing chants of your transcendental profile. Idam te mukhambojam atanta nilair vitam kumtales nidra chakdakta chakopya Mushchumitam bimbarakta dharame samanashitaram Allah lakshavalabe. Idam this okay. Mushchumitam bimbarakta dharame manasya virashtam alam lakshalabe. This is verse number 5. Idam this day of or you, mukha, face, ambojam, lotus, atyanta nilay, very dark, rhythm covered, compare, kuntalay with the hair, snigdha, glistening, rakta, red, and gopya by the gopis move again and again, kumbha kissed, again and again, chumbitam kissed, bimba is the bimba fruit, rakta red, adharam lips, me, of me, Mars in the kitchen, in the heart, Manasi, avirastam may be manifested, alam, what is the need, laksha of 100,000 labhai, attainments rather. May a lotus face decorated with glistening locks of hair and with bimba fruit lip, again and again, kissed by Gopi Yashoda, may always be manifest in my heart. So gopis are saying, what need I have for hundreds and thousands of the blessing. Commentary by Srila Sanatana Goswami. Lord Krishna's face is like a blossoming lotus flower. It is blissed in sight of it, removes all suffering. Namo Deva Damodara Nanta Vishnu Pasida Prabhu Dukh Jalakti Magnam Kripadishti Vishyati Dinamanatanu. This is from Grihan, and also fourth line Grihaneshama. Kripadishti Vishyati Dinamanatanu. Namo Deva Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasiddhas Babu Dukh Jalabdi Magnam Kripadishti Vishyati Dinam Batanu Vyaneshamam Arjanam Idhi Ikshi. Namah obeisances Deva, O Lord, Damodar, O Damodar, Ananta, unlimited Vishnu, O Vishnu, Prasiddha, please be merciful. Prabhu, O Master, Dukha of torments, Jalabdi in the ocean, Magnum drowning, Kripa of mercy and Kripa of mercy. Prasiddha, please be merciful. Prabhu, O Master, Dukha, torment, Jalabdi in the ocean, Magnum, drowning, Kripa of mercy, this Drishti glass, Vrishya with flower, all very dim and pounding, Magnum, drowning, Kripa of mercy, Drishti glass, Vrishya with a shower, Ati, very dinam, proper, Bhuta needed, Anugraha. So we said Drishti glance Vrishta with the flower shower, Ati, very Vinampu, but indeed Anugrahana, please be kind. Isha, O Lord, again, O Lord, mom, to see me, Ajnam, foolish, Idhi, please come, Akshiba, ears. Drishya is visible. O unlimited, all pervading Lord, whose belly was bound by rope, I bow down before you, Radha Maharani. While please be kind to me, who am now drowning in all the ocean of sufferings. Please shower your glance of mercy on me, who am very poor, wretched, and foolish. O Master, please come before my eyes. Now this is the commentary by Srila Sanatana Goswami on verse number 6. Here the author says that he is so distressed that he is on the verge of death, like he's having a living corpse. He says, please kind to me. Here the words Prabhu means right. So the author is saying that he is distressed, he is on the verge of death, he is living like a corpse. He says, please be kind to me, please rescue me, please restore me. The word Prabhu means master here. O Master of inconceivable, limitless, wonderful potencies. This shows that the Lord potencies cannot be understood by the material senses. The word Isha, O Master, means O Supreme, independent Lord. This shows that the Lord can also do things as he likes, and therefore he can bestow his mercy even on a person who is not really worthy to receive it. The word Vishnu means O all-pervading one, or it also means O Lord who stays in Vrindavan. Verse number 7, Kuberatma Jano Baddha Murtyeva Yadvat Tvaya Muchito Bhakti Bhajaukitita Tatha Prem Bhakti Swagam Parishya Pracha Namokshi Yomesti Damodariha. Eva, indeed, Yadvat, as Tvaya, by you, Muchito, freed, Bhakti Bhajano, devotees, Kutu, made, and Tatha, so, Prema Bhaktim, love and devotion, Swakam, own me to me. Prayacha, please give, na not, moksha in liberation, Griha, acceptance, me, of me, Asti is Damodara, O Lord, Damodara in the here. Even though you were tied up with, you still freed Kuber's 2 sons and made you them devoted to you. Please give me to you some of your love and devotion. As you know, you gave it to them, O Lord Damodar, in any impersonal liberation. The commentary by Srila Sanatana Goswami, here rejecting the impersonal liberation, the author prays for pure devotional service, even though as part of his beautiful pastimes, the Lord himself was tied by the Gopi Yashoda. He was able to free the sons of Kuber, giving them gift of pure devotional service. He said to them, Srimad Bhagavatam 10.10.42 tells us, O Nala Kuber and Manigriv, now you may both return home, since you desire to be always absorbed in the he said in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.10.42, O Nala Kuber and Manigriv, now you may both return home, since you desire to always absorbed in my emotional service, and you desire to your desire to develop love and affection for me will be fulfilled, and now you will never fail from that platform. Now, this is the last verse of the Damodara Ashtaka. Namaste stu damne suradip dhamne tvadiyo darayatha vishwasya dhamne namo radhikaye tvadiya priyaye namo dirya. Okay. Tvadiya darayatha vishwasya dhamne namo radhikaye tvadiya priyaye namo anantalilaya devaya tubhyam. Namo obeisances, they of you, astu may be dhamne to the rope, suradip dhamne, splendid, tvadiya to you, udharaya, bitumen, abdomen, atha, then vishwasya of the universe, dhamne, the resting place, nama, obeisance, radhikaya of Dhamne, the resting place, Namaha, obeisances, Radhikaya to Shri Radha, Tvadahi Priyaya, dear to you, Namaha, obeisances, Ananta, unlimited, Ananta, unlimited, Lilaya, whose pastimes, Namaha senses Ananta unlimited Leela, whose pastimes divide to the Lord Tubhyam to you. Obeisances to your robe, the abode of great splendor. Obeisances to your belly, the resting place of the universe. Obeisances to you, beloved. Obeisances to your Lord Sri Radha. Obeisances to you, the Supreme Personality of God, and whose pastimes have no end. So the commentary by Srila Sanatana Goswami on this last verse of the Damodara Ashtaka goes like this. Here the word dhamne means the great rope that was tied around your belly. What was that rope like? It is described here as abode of splendor. That means the rope was spiritual in nature. Next, the author said, obeisances to your belly. What is the Lord's belly like? Is the resting place of the thieves, or of the universes where the moving and non-moving beings, moving and unmoving beings live. This is so because from its sprouted leaves, lotus flower, that is the home of the 14 verse, by tying a rope around the belly, Mother Yashoda showed that she held the same. Mother Yashoda showed that she had the entire universe under her control. Actually, no one has the power to tie up the Lord in that way, but out of her love of Mother, Lord Krishna allowed her to. Actually, no one has power to tie the Lord in that way, but out of love for his mother, Lord Krishna allowed her to tie him up. Sri Radha is the most important of all gopis. She is the most dear to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes with Radha have no end. Therefore, the Lord's is described here as having pastimes that have no end. So this brings nearly to the end of this book. In the last Chaturgraganya Purushashtak is written, which we sing during the Purusottama Mass or the Adhik Mass, and one extra month is generated in the calendar year, that is the Purusottama Mass. This translation is from His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami's Mathura meets Vrindavan. Braje prasiddham navnita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka chanmarjita papa choram gaura chara graganyam purusham namami. Offer my obeisances to the Supreme I offer my obeisances. Read it again. Raja prasiddham navanita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka janmarjita papa choram choragraganyam purusham namami. I offer my obeisances to the supreme thief Lord Hari, who is the best of all thieves. He steals the butter from the houses of the damsels of Rajabhumi. He steals all the garments of the damsels of Rajabhumi. He is famous for his acting of stealing. He steals all the sinful reactions of his devotees. Such a great thief, I offer my obeisances to that supreme thief. Shri Radhikaya Vritayascha Choram Ram Buddha Shamala Navam Buddha Shamala Kanti Choram Padashritam Cha Samast Choram Choragraganyam Purusham Namami. He steals the heart of Radharani. He steals the blackish hue of the dark cloud. He steals everything. For those who take shelter at his lotus feet, he steals everything they have. He takes away all the possessions, the material assets, money, and for those who take shelter at his lotus feet, he steals everything they have. He takes all their possessions, their material assets, money, and men. He even steals their minds. I offer my obeisances to the great thief, supreme thief. Akinchani kritya padashritam yaha karoti bhikshum pathigehahinam kenapi aho bhishana choraidrik dishta shruto vana jagat trayapi. He takes away everything from those who take shelter at his lotus feet. He takes away their material wealth, their wife, their children, and their kith and kin. He takes away everything. Then those persons become paupers like beggars on the street with no house, no hut, nothing. Such a great thief who steals away everything. I have still not seen or heard of such great thief. Supreme thief in all the three worlds. I offer my obeisances to that Supreme Lord. Yadiya namapi harati ashesham giri prasaram api papa rashin. Yadiva namapi harati ashesham giri prasaram api papa rashin ascharya rupo nanu chaura idrig dishta shuto vana maya kadapi. Such a great thief, if only one fears his name, he takes away all their sinful reactions. I have never seen or heard of such a wonderful thief. I pay my obeisances to the supreme thief. Dhanam cha manam cha tathendriyani pranamas charitva mama sarvam eva Palalasya kutro drito adya chora tvam bhakti dharmashi. Palasya kutra drito adya chora tvam bhakti damanasi maya niritha. Oh, great thief, stealing all of our assets, bank balance, money, land, property, prestige, fame, senses, mind, heart, and everything. You are running away. Where are you going? I will catch hold of you. You are such a great thief. But now you are caught. I will bind you with this rope of love. What will you do now? Where will you go now? Great thief, running away and taking everything you have. I've lost it. Great thief, but now you're caught. I will bind you with this rope of love. Where will you go now? Great thief, running away and taking everything. You are bound up with this very strong rope of love. You cannot run away. Chintasi ghoram yamapash bandham bhinatsi bhimam bhava pash bandham chinatsi sarvasya samasta bandham naivatmano bhaktya kritam chu nami. You may cut off the robe of Yamaraj. You may cut off this material bondage, but you cannot cut this bondage of love. Now you are in bondage. I have bound you up. Manamanase tamas rashi ghore kara kara grihe dukha maye nibadha labhasva ye chora hare chiraya swa Labhasva he chora hare chiraya swachorya dosho chitam eva dandam. O great thief, Lord Hari, I am putting you in the very dark prison because of my heart. This is the right prison for you. I am putting you here forever. This is the proper punishment. Proper punishment for your young act of stealing. Stay forever. Stay forever in this prison house of Makaraj. I will never. I'm putting you here forever. This is the proper punishment for your act. This is the right prison for you, for your act of stealing. Stay forever in this prison house of my heart. I will never release you. Now the last verse of the Chaurashtakam is Kara grihe vasa sada hridaye madiye mad bhakti pasha drida bandhana nischala san Tvam Krishna he pralaya koti satantare api sarvasva chora hridayam nahi muschite. Now I have found Tvam Krishna he pralaya koti satantare sarvasva chora hridayam nahi muchayami. Now I have found you with the rope of love and put you in the prison house of my heart. Stay here, stay there, stay there, stay there. You cannot get yourself free from this very tight bondage. O Krishna, you have stolen everything from me, my material assets, my name, my fame, my beauty, my reputation, my kith and kin, my family members, my heart and mind. This is the proper punishment for you to remain in this prison house of my heart, bound up very tightly with the rope of love forever and ever. If crores of pralayas come, still I won't release you. This is the suitable punishment for such a great thief as you. So with this we come to an end of the reading from this book, which we started on the day 1 of Kartik. Today is day 11. So we have finished the Damodara book, the Kartik Vrata. And here's the beautiful pictures of Mother Yashoda and Krishna in the Mayapur temple. This is at the back of the book. So we'll try to continue and tomorrow as well and read some more readings connected to the Kartik as a Deepa in the temple. So thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.